Good morning, this is Angie. Welcome to my channel. It's nice to meet you, and if you've been here before, welcome back. Today I'm going to be blinging up part of the Notre Dame Night David Maclean kit from Diamond Art Club. And I believe this is 98 by 70 centimeters, going off my memory. So it's a very large square kit. And I've been blinging it up in the spirit of the Blinging in the New Year 2023 event that's being hosted on YouTube right now. I started this kit back in September, and then I took a really long break from it. Well, a really long break. And sorry, you might hear my dog. She's decided to visit me while I diamond paint, which isn't always the case. She's a large Bernese crossed with a poodle, a Bernedoodle. And I don't know why she's being noisy this morning. She probably thinks I'm talking to her. Anyway, so today we're going to bling up the Eiffel Tower, and I'm going to give you a short whip and chat. Well, actually, how long it is depends on how much blinging we do. So I worked on this corner all week to fill in around the Eiffel Tower, and I used some release paper so that I would protect my glue while I worked around it. So I'm just going to remove that now so we can see what we're going to fill in. So what my plan is that I'm going to, and all I did was take a piece of release paper, and then I used a craft knife to take the shape of the Eiffel Tower. That's all I did. It's not very fancy and it's not very accurate, but it worked. And you see, not very accurate because there's a little square left that I'll take off. And I'll turn on my light pad and you'll be able to see what I'm doing. So today I'm using my Diamond Art Club tweezers. I'm using a couple of different pens. I have this pen from Patriotic Team. I just love this pen. It's nice and thin. I like thin pens, and light is really important to me, and I like those colors. I have my MTN Inspirations mini pen, and I've got my 4 and 5 placer on either end of that. And then I have my Diamond Art Club good old standby pen. It has a 2 placer and a single placer. In my pens, I'm using a glue dot in my single placer and good old Quake Hold white putty that I bought off of Amazon. Pen. Most of my pens are usually from D-stashes because, you know, I'm relatively new diamond painting and I didn't want to spend what is about $100 Canadian per pen to buy pens. So this one I actually won from Anxiety Art Adventures event, TSA knockout last year. And then I bought this one for myself for my Christmas present because it has snowflakes in it and I wanted to try a mini pen. So that's where those come from. And the rest of my pens, I think, are all D-stash pens. The D-stash sites are a great way to try different styles of pens, different sizes of pens, because, you know, they're quite an investment and they're quite fragile. I actually dropped and broke one last week, which was very upsetting because I actually was one that, of course, because I was using it, it meant it was one that I actually liked and worked for me. And I just don't know where I got it. So I guess that's the disadvantage of having a D-stash pen. Maybe I can figure it out if I go back and look at the listings. So today I'm going to be blinging up the Eiffel Tower. I'm a little bit tired today. I had an extraordinarily stressful week at work. I'm in finance and the company I'm working for is in financial distress. So it's abnormal. It's an abnormally stressful week, although I usually have a stressful week. What I would like to do, what I'm thinking I'm going to do, is I was trying to figure out what I was going to replace these slashes with. And the slashes are 742, which is it's more of a corn colored yellow. I wouldn't call it an orange. but it's more of a corn-colored yellow. So I was looking around, and I'm going to show you the colors that I've picked to work on this, because so I was going through all of my colors, trying to figure out what I was going to replace this slash with. And I decided that I am going to figure it out as I go. What I'm thinking is that I'm actually going to use my quad cubes, and I think I'm going to put these yellow AB quad cubes in, and then I'm going to put in bling around them, because I have clear quad cubes in other areas. If I zoom out just a little, you can probably see I've got a quad cube here. And you can't see the moon, but the moon doesn't have a quad cube, but this star does. And we're going to put in another quad. I've decided I'm putting in another one here, just because I think another star could go there. So artistic license, I've decided. I don't have to follow the pattern, you know. I've bought the kit and I can do it however I like. That's how I see it. It's my time, my money, my fun. And I hope you have fun with me. So I'm thinking, I've measured this out, and I'm going to put 4 across here. I measured this out before I started filming, just to see if it was even an idea we could try. Because if I don't like it after we lay it down, I'm going to pull it off. I am not shy to do that, because it's a creative process, and we don't always know what things will look like until they're all put together. So let's start. I'm going to put one here. That. I'm going to put 4 across here, evenly spaced, like this. But you don't know if you don't try, right? Something different. Okay, so it didn't work out perfectly, but you know what? It won't matter. When it's hung up on the wall, you're not going to see that. And because, remember, not everything is going to be perfectly on site when you're looking at the Eiffel Tower anyways, because I went to Paris and saw the Eiffel Tower at night, and it's just blazing lights. It's so bright and sparkly. It's really quite something else to see. I think maybe I'm going to put some here, but I'm going to start it from the edge in, so it's not, and I think I'm going to space them maybe a little differently. Let's see, like that, and like that. Yeah, so the Eiffel Tower is very, very bright, and it's quite an experience to see. It really, truly is. So that worked out, didn't it? I think that looks okay. So the base of the Eiffel Tower is quite heavy in metal. So it makes sense to me that these would be kind of blocky. And then I'm thinking I'm going to put some in here. Just not sure how I'm going to fit that. Let me think about it. Maybe not, but I think I need something up here for balance. Let's try this. Just put one there. These are just like giant squares. Put one here, like that. I like that. And it's not too much. So let's see. I'm going to put these over to the side. Actually, I'll just put them back in my container. I'm just using those pill style containers to put my quad cubes in. I love quad cubes. I just love sparkling things up. So the next color I think I'm going to do is going to be the color replacement for 977. I happen to have this color that's super close. I think I got it from Diamond Painting Deutschland when I ordered my Josephine wall kits, and I didn't end up putting it in. So this is the perfect opportunity to use it. Now I'm going to be careful because if I don't have enough to go through all of this symbol, I want to at least have had enough to put all the way through. So I'm going to start at the top with my 5-placer. And yes, you can use a multi-placer with crystals. Look at that. And I think I'm just going to go down. Like, remember, I'm figuring this out as we go. Like this. Just kind of eyeballing what I'm going to do. I'm hoping I have enough to do the whole thing, but I'm not sure. I'm going to skip one. Just because I don't know if I have enough. I might have more. I do have more in my container, so we'll see. Let's see here. Sorry, I'm talking and doing this creative thing at the same time. It's quite a challenge. So I don't remember the Eiffel Tower being these colors. I remember it being more along the lines of purples. Now it could just be my memory playing tricks on me because we were there 7 years ago. That's quite a long time, and a lot of things have happened since then in the world. We were there the year the van drove down through the middle of the crowd. I believe that was near the Eiffel Tower. It didn't happen when we were there, but it seems like forever ago. You know? Now we're on to the next crisis. Let's see. So that's looking like it's going to be pretty good, I think. I'm going to throw some on this replacement here. Let's see. Dog hair everywhere. There. This here. That. Turn that around. Of course, squares straighten themselves out to a degree when the other squares go next to them, don't they? That's not going to work going that way. It will work here. I'm going to have to single place those. Let's see. So yeah, I tried to get a chance to do a WIP and chat or some kind of video update to you guys. You know, my channel's really new and it matters a lot to me. But I just didn't have the energy to do it. I was just exhausted. Every day I go into work and I come home and I'm just absolutely, I couldn't even hold a conversation. I was so tired. And now I'm just trying to give myself a break, you know? And check in with you. I know some of my viewers, I'm getting to know people. It's very exciting and fun. And yeah, I'm really enjoying myself. And I just love comments. They're so fun. I just love it. At my job, I am an executive. I also just have a lot more responsibility on the line for things. So I'm thinking we might have enough because I have more in my little container here. See, I got them from Diamond Painting Deutschland. I marked it on there so I don't lose track. And who knows when I'll ever order some again, but who knows when I'll ever need this color again. So it's to use, not to hoard. I love sparkles, and then I buy all these sparkles and then I don't want to use them because, well, they're special, right? Excuse me, I just have some coffee. So I hope this WIP and chat is finding you well, and that you had a good week, whether that was taking care of your family, taking care of yourself. I know this week it's my husband's birthday and my son's birthday. And it was my birthday a couple of weeks ago, so it's been really busy. I came home from work last night. I was absolutely waxed. I didn't have anything bought for my husband for his birthday. But we've been married quite a while now, so he doesn't get too upset about that. He has a high-stress job too. He knows that sometimes we can't be everything to everybody all the time. So let's see if we can make this all go. So I'm thinking I'm going to fill in all the crystals and do the WIP and chat. And then I'm probably going to turn on some music and do a time lapse for a little bit, for about 5 minutes of filling in these colors. And then we'll come back. And I'm not going yet. I'm just talking about my plan here. That then we'll come back and we'll take a look at what the result is. And I hope that that is a good thing and that's something you're interested in. I did that on my last WIP and chat, and seems I had lots of views, but nobody really said whether they liked or didn't like the time lapse. So I'm not sure if that just means you didn't want to say anything not nice, or if you actually liked it. I would love to know. That placer is just too big for this small section. Let's try this one. Let's try this 2-placer to fill this in. But yeah, I'm thinking that I would like to get out a WIP and chat once a week. And it's probably going to be partially time-lapse with me filling in something interesting, or just, some people like to just watch time lapses. I guess I'm doing it because I love watching them myself. I actually think that's so fun to watch the colors being filled in. And yeah, this is going to be really sparkly. I'm hoping that it shows. Let's zoom in a little bit. Maybe see it a little better. I'm using my Diamond Art Club new white tray that came in one of my unboxings. I hope you were able to watch those and you enjoyed them. I have opened the newest Puffy Gator, little blue girl. She's so floofy, and I'm dying to get her up, but I'm still holding myself back. This is the kit I'm working on, is one I just really want to finish. And the other one I really, really, really want to finish is the Josephine wall rainbow fairies. That it's all crystal and rounds. So what I'm doing is I work on this for a couple days, then I flip back over to rainbow fairies for a couple days, because the rainbow fairy one is very it's not even the confetti. I don't know what it is. If it's the intense shine from the crystals, and then no, it's the number of color changes combined with the all crystal kit. And I mean, the drill field is pretty good. It's not as clear as Diamond Art Club good. So maybe that's it too. It's hard to WIP and chat on a heavy duty canvas too. Like when I tried to do that with the other kit, that was pretty hard because I was changing colors too many times to be able to effectively talk about that. Anything? And I'm probably doing that today too. My WIP and chat is probably Not my usual chatty self. I'm just tired. Really, on being honest. I have to be honest because I'm doing this channel for fun, to make friends, and to share what I've learned. This is in no way a money-making venture for me. This is purely for my own enjoyment and your enjoyment, so I can get to know you and know more people doing the same things that I do. I don't know anybody else that is interested really that lives near me that does this hobby. I have one of my sisters started on this hobby and she absolutely loves it, but she is so busy that she doesn't get a lot of time to do it. So this is my way of connecting and then enjoying the sharing of ideas and things. Boy, this is going to be really sparkly. Look at that. I wonder if it even is showing properly on the camera. And I'm all new at cameras and videos and all the what you're supposed to do and not supposed to do, what you're supposed to say and not supposed to say. I'm just going to stick with the golden rule that is, one of them would be, don't say, if you can't say something nice, don't say anything at all, and be kind. You know, I could sure use kindness in my life, kindness and inclusivity. I mean, I don't think anyone should be left out, and I think this is a huge community, and it's growing all the time, and there are more and more new fun folks from around the world that are joining this hobby, and I think that is absolutely fantastic. I've heard a lot of comments over, period of time talking about how the community is not very big. And okay, maybe it's not very big compared to a gaming community, but I think it's a growing hobby. So I think it hasn't reached its full potential. And I think there are going to be more and more people that are looking for new and interesting hobbies to do as they retire. And a lot of people are recognizing the value. And that one won't pick up. Do I need new wax? Or new putty? No. And people are looking for relaxation, and they're recognizing the value of self-investment and time to themselves. That I don't think that's across all generations that is true. I know that my grandma is 99 years old, and all she does is still tries to do is work, because that's how she grew up, So the next color is this one. I found a color replacement. Again, this is a diamond painting Deutschland color, but there isn't much of it in here. So I'm just going to pop those in. Hardly tell the difference, but there is a slight difference. That looks kind of strange. Maybe I'll put one in here just because. Yeah, I think so. Just so it's not perfect. Perfect. Nothing in the world is perfect. Even when it's built perfectly, it's perfectly imperfect. And I've just found the sticky on this particular canvas doesn't seem as sticky as other kits I've worked on. And I don't know why. This isn't a new version kit. In fact, you can see there's gapping on this kit. The gapping is all the way through. You can see the background in the lighting, which you don't see when you turn the light off. See? Most of it disappears except for my overhead light, which is not great. But it's definitely not tight like the new kits are from Diamond Art Club. And I would say the Diamond Painting Deutschland kit is neither, it's somewhere in between. It's definitely not this loose, but it's not as snappy tight as the DAC. And I almost wonder if the DAC one is too tight, because it's, I've said it before and I don't want to keep bringing it up, but every time, you know, I could have new people on my channel that don't know is that I have fibromyalgia, so you'll see my hands shake and other things. And that is why my hands shake. So I can't push really hard to force things to fit together for very long. And in the really tight new kits, I've noticed that I have to do that. That doesn't mean I don't like the kit. I love it. I just don't like my arms. I hope that makes sense. So that's it for this code. And I have this other one pulled out as well. This one is the X's. And I think this is not a color change. And not a color that is just a straight swap. It's one that I went into my pile to find. And I believe it is actually 780, which is also from Diamond Painting Deutschland. But a lot of these colors are available from Diamond Drills USA or Diamond Painting with Sparklers. And I think there's some other new companies that are smaller shops that are coming out with crystals too. I just don't have their names right off the top of my head. I'm not affiliated with anyone. I just share where I buy things. Ooh, I like that. That's fun. Look at that. Could you see that? I'm going to move this a little. Isn't that looking cool? The different colors going together. That is fun. I'm liking that. So now that makes me think about replacing this, maybe some of this one. 3826. He's such a humbug cobbler. And that's why I'm having problems with this kit. And it's not the blues and the skies. It's all the browns. They're driving me crazy because they're just so dull. And as you go along, if you're not new, you'll know already that what you thought you liked diamond paint with is maybe not what you, now maybe that'll be too much, is maybe not what you end up liking to diamond paint. So because we're all still getting to know each other, I used to paint landscapes and animals, and I've done portraiture art and all those things as my hobby. I came out of high school with an art scholarship, and my parents said, no, you're not going to art school because you're going to starve. Find something else to do. We will not pay. And loans were not available because my parents in Canada, to get student loans, your parents is based on your parents' income, not your personal income, unless you're a mature student. So I could not get student loans at that time. So I was good in accounting in high school. So guess what? I became an accountant. A diamond painting, portraiture artist, accountant. What an interesting turn of events. But you know, I don't know if I would have been. Oh, and I had my camera zoom back out. I'm sorry. Oh no, you missed all that fun. Oh no, I just filled in that whole bottom. Let me zoom in and show you. I move my camera. Can you see that? Uh-oh. I am so sorry. I had it zoomed in to show you the quad cubes and I forgot to zoom it back out. So all across here, this looks like jewelry. Isn't that just something? Actually, I'll zoom in to show you because it is insane. Look. Have you ever? Isn't that beautiful? Can you see that here? Don't look at my gungy nails. I have to go get my nails done. If I can get in, because I didn't make an appointment. So probably the answer is going to be no. Angie, you can come back next weekend. Because even if I book it during the week, I likely won't show up because I won't have time. I am loving this 780. Should I put another row up in the top here where I'm pointing? Let me make sure we're in the camera. I think I'm going to put a row of it here just because I can. Because I can do it however I want, just like you can do yours however you want. You know? Don't be scared of changing things. Just try it. You know? Doesn't that look cool? I'm going to fill it all in, I think. Yep. That didn't work. Let me get my smaller pen. Yeah. So don't be scared to try new things. That's all I have to say to you. And that's not true. That's not all I have to say, but that's my advice. Try new things. I mean, I never planned to have this channel. Never. I kind of was thinking about it and went, how hard is it really to start a channel? Well, all I had to do was turn on my phone and start talking. That's how easy it was, you know? See, I think that needs to be a different color. So I don't think I'm going to leave those there. See, because I have choices. And I think it'll just end up looking too solid. In fact, now that I look at it, no, see, it won't work because it's in 3s and quad cubes are in 4s. So that does not fit unless I change the whole structure of the top. And I don't want to do that. So I would like to put a quad cube right there because I think that would be cool because then it would be right on top. But it doesn't work. Even to space it in here, it doesn't work. But I am going to put one of these here because I like that. And let's see. So this was X. So I'll put that back together so I know which one is which. And I've also written them down on a piece of paper, how I'm going to do it. And so the next thing I want to do on here is I'm going to put in a quad cube over here. I have clear quad cubes I'm putting in for the stars. So what I did was I just pulled 4 out in the dark area. So there's some contrast. I'm going to pop that in. And I also put one up over here to the left. So I hope you can see that one. And I wonder if I should figure out a color for the top of this. It's sort of a weird tan color. Let me look. It's a J. J on the legend is 3860. So that color. I found a color. It is $9.45 on the box. And I think I got that. It has a star on it. So that means I have it from Diamond Drills USA. So that if I ever wanted to order the color again, I have it kind of indicated here because I have a big bag of that. I think this kind of tones in with that. Now, we'll see. It might look weird, but I might just leave it. But that is supposed to be the color of the spire at the top. So let's give it a try. I've got this little mini tray here. This is an old Dreamer design type tray. I don't know. Give it some, make it interesting to have it different. Let's give this a shot. Otherwise, the spire is just going to disappear. Ooh, very sparkly. I think I like it. Ooh, what do you think? That turn out okay? Yeah. And J is in here. But what is 9? 9 is this. So it's J and 9 in here. They're both kind of the same. They're not a whole lot of different going on here. No, I don't think this is going to be interesting. I still would like to replace these yellows going down the sides. Let's see. What do I have? How about this? So these are kind of done. I don't think I'm going to put, these were $9.45. I'm going to put them away. I do have, I love that color. It's like an antique beige. It's like so pretty, light mocha color. This one is a different color than the other ones. So even though it's not yellow, maybe it would work. Because it's different. I would really rather find some yellow though. And the yellows I have are really lemony. That's the problem. What about this? That's not yellow. See, I have this 444. And this is the 742. It does not go. It's not even close. It's totally, tonally different. I have 741. Maybe that works. And I'm not sitting here trying to show off what I have. I was depressed and out of work. And I went and bought a whole ton of sparklers. I'm being honest. I did. I won some gift certificates too in some events early on for Diamond Drills USA and for diamond painting with sparklers. And when I ordered, I went a little wild. Maybe I shouldn't have, but now I feel, you know, I have them, so I should maybe use them. So I think I'm going to use these 741s that I happen to have. They're not perfect, but they are more yellowy to yellow in with this without being overly lemony. Because the 444 yellows that I have are just way too yellow. So let's just try it and see. Yeah, that's good for some contrast. So I think that is going to be the end of the blinging. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to finish this off and I'm going to fill in all these plus signs, you see, with clear squares. They're number 5200. I happen to have them here. I'm going to fill those in. I'm going to fill in the rest of this, and then we'll come back at the end and we'll take a look. Enjoy. I'm just going to fill in the rest of the stars and talk to you about what do you think? How did it turn out? I really hope that you can see the sparkle. I've got a little, can you see that? I've got this light and I think it helps pick up the movement on the sparkle. I'm so excited about it. I'm going to pick it up and just see if he helps to see it in the camera. You can see, you see that glitter going all the way through as I move my finger underneath? That is how the Eiffel Tower sparkles in real life. The lights move up and down the tower. They don't, and then they stay on. They do like a light show with it. It's super cool. So when my husband and I were there, we were in Paris for 2 days. What a life experience that was. And then we joined a tour that went through Austria, Switzerland, ended up in Italy. We went to Rome, and I just feel like so lucky and to have been able to go before, you know, the big thing happened in 2020, because everything has changed now. Travel has changed, costs have changed, my income has changed, and not for the better. Costs have gone up and my income has gone down. It's just not been very kind 3 years, you know? So I look back on that and I feel so fortunate to have been able to go on that massive trip, because I don't know if I'll be able to go on another one. And I'm lucky to have gone at all, you know? You look back and you realize that. So if I can find a picture, here's a couple of pictures from us in Paris. My husband and I think we're at Angie's Pub. I have to check if that was Paris or Italy, but isn't that hilarious? I have my own pub. It was so hot when we were there. It was 110. Because I know it was 40 plus Celsius when we hit Rome and we went to the Colosseum. It was like it melted. It felt like it was melting your shoes on your feet. It was crazy. Oh yeah. So I really hope you've enjoyed my video and that you will come back and please subscribe and hit the notification reminder for the bell so that you know when I have new content, because I'd love for you to come back again. And we'll talk soon. Bye.